Well, welcome to BDSL Tehel Cup action here in South Buffalo's Mulroy Park. A little bit of a delay with the kickoff because we are following behind the Mount Mercy Academy girls flag football senior night, I believe. So while they're clearing, we'll be getting ready for first round of Tehel Cup action. Rance from Clarence, looks like they're all in black, against the Queen City Gunners with their white jerseys, violet pants, violet socks, and violet piping. Still on the field there while red removes them. Not the greatest vantage point here, but we'll hope to have some fun. So sit back, get your beverage of choice. And from left to right, we have the Queen City Gunners. Looks like Rance has won the opening kickoff, and the kickoff right to left here. Don't know much about these teams other than being undefeated. Not looking up the rosters. Let's have some fun. Queen City 2-0. Rance 2-0 in the regular season. Rance full of former Clarence High School players, very accomplished at that level. Queen City Gunners, new incarnation, recently promoted to the championship division of the BDSL, led, and there he is, by Caleb O'Connor, one of the leading goal scorers in the championship division of the BDSL. Number 9, Joe Franzak, is actually leading the championship division of the BDSL with 4 goals and an assist. I don't even know if he's here. That's one of the things with the Tehel Cup. Sometimes you don't get the same incarnation that you do on a regular Sunday because of work, family commitments, child commitments. So it'll be interesting to watch these two teams. Also interesting will be, it's been a little warmer today in the Buffalo area than it has been perhaps all spring. We have Caleb O'Connor in front, tries to head it in. We've had very warm weather today after 2 opening Sundays of kind of colder and damp. So we'll see how that holds up with the fitness and or lack of fitness of a men's league. Another thing that could help out a team when we're looking at fitness not being the best is Mulroy Field, though it is still 110 yards long. It is one of the less wide pitches, very slim at just over 60 yards wide, instead of the usual 65, or even if you had your field like Buffalo State or Salem, 70 to 75. So throw in a dangerous area, headed away by Queen City. Just underway in the 3rd minute here. Both teams feeling each other out. In South Buffalo's Mulroy Field, you can see, placed with NFL funding, right smack dab in the historic South Park neighborhood on the corner of South Park and Tift here in South Buffalo. Pitch still in relatively good shape. It's about 10 years old right now, so would be well worn, but again, here you see the slim field leads for a throw-in for Queen City. Right now in the 4th minute, some pressure by Queen City. Looks like Queen City has 6 on the bench. Rance 2. So we'll see if that makes a difference as a very humid and warm day with impending thunderstorms perhaps later tonight and early tomorrow morning. See if that makes any kind of difference. Queen City, just by the eyeball test, looks a little bit more mature in the age department. I didn't want to say old than Rance. But again, Rance a few years removed from their high school glory days. So we'll see how that works. Their talisman Franzak up front looking to make a run. Short throw in. Ball lifted in the box. It's going to be corralled by the Queen City keeper. Line drive kick taken by O'Connor in the middle, and he tries to turn. Runs out of real estate, but he's able to tiptoe the line. O'Connor, formerly of St. Leo's University, but he's moving up back to the Buffalo area. Scored last week a goal and assist, got the BDSL man of the match for the Gunners. And here comes Rance. Misplay, but a left-footed shot, not true. So, lack of a left foot allows Queen City to avoid a mistake. Remains 0-0 here in the 6th minute. Tehel Cup action here from Mulroy Park. Thanks for joining us. If you could, like, subscribe. More subscribers means more chance to do more of these live broadcasts. We're going to do maybe a game of the week for all levels of BDSL. But we need some followers to make sure YouTube keeps us on. After that long attempt, looks like it'll be a throw-in for Rance. Right now, very much the early stages of any men's league. Out of the car after a day of work, waited a bit for the game to start. Feeling each other out because there really isn't any scouting. It's not showing up doing what you do, but remembering what you used to do very well. Both teams just looking for an opportunity. We'll see who has stamina, athleticism when it comes to this point. Caleb lays it off, shot right on. Nice give and go there. Bit of interplay. Gunners early on, supplying some pressure to Rance. A nice defensive play there. Kept in bounds by Queen City. Queen City seems to be using some passing in the middle. Rance trying to get it to their dangerous players. And a through ball through, and 1-0 just that quickly for Rance. And there's shades of high school brilliance. And in the 9th minute, Rance goes on top. Well, that'll happen. Queen City had a couple opportunities. O'Connor at the top of the 18 put one right to the keeper. And then repeated errors on the right side of the Queen City defense allows Rance to pot one in. I think that was Taha Ahmed. And believe me, he's scored quite a few in the Western New York area. Ball over the top to O'Connor. And just that quickly, ties it up. O'Connor makes it 1-1. Well, that was a quick answer. Celebration still going here. So in the 7th minute, Rance scores, and in the 8th minute, I believe, or 9th minute, Caleb O'Connor ties it up, and we're all knotted here in South Buffalo. And that's a finisher's goal, both of them. Taha just placed it into the lower right-hand corner, ball over the top to Caleb O'Connor. Didn't try to put it through the net, but just definitely touches it over and past the keeper, and we're all knotted at one. So Queen City, unfazed by that rather nice goal by Rance, ties it up moments later, and we're all tied at one. What a goal. This looks like it might be a fun one. I believe that was Taha's first goal of the BDSL campaign. Overall, I believe that was Caleb O'Connor's 3rd of the year, 2 in league play, and he just opened up his Tehel Cup account here. Well, nice touch, kept in. Ball offside. And for those of you doing local announcing at whatever level, it's offside, not offsides. I mean, nobody cares, but I do. So hope you're enjoying it here at Mulroy Park. Just underway here. Very humid day in Buffalo, New York. And very quickly, within the first 10 minutes in this Tehel Cup opening round game, Rance scored first. Queen City Gutters quickly answered a scant 27 seconds later, and we're all tied up at one. Looks like there'll be a foul on the play. Upended the Rance player. Very close to a first down, though. Ball lofted into the 18. Ball deflected out by the Rance player for a goal kick. That may have been Rance. Yes, it was. Can't say enough about how good these BDSL teams look, and mostly their corner kits, uniforms. O'Connor tries to flick it past the 2 Rance central defenders. Almost through the dangerous Franz act. One of the good things you can see here at Clarence showing brilliance of their former soccer prowess and acumen. Folks, I hope you're enjoying watching this, and it's a good game to watch, but these teams don't practice during the week. If you get any touches, it's because you play in another league, or you're kicking it around with your kids, or you go to a field yourself. There's no practice, no tactics. So if any former glory can show, it can only help your team. Franzak has it again. Goes up to the half space. Shot around the ground. Big rebound given by the Queen City keeper, and that was a tough shot there. Ball over the top. And you don't want to see Queen City. I mean, it worked on that goal to O'Connor, but to get desperate and go over the top, they were able to work the ball through, and keeping some possession might help to keep the ball away from this obviously potent Rance team, excuse me. Nice pressure there, number 9 by the Queen City Gunners. Sorry guys, I'm just doing this on a whim, so except for the couple guys that I know out here, not really in tune, and I didn't print out all the rosters, so if If any of these are yours at home or you're enjoying watching this, I'll try my best. Once again, Queen City pressuring quite well, causing a little bit of duress for Rance. But if Rance gets past that first line of attackers that are putting the pressure, they've been having an easy go of it to get past the Queen City back line. But Queen City has it again. They're going to try to slow it down. Good idea, but again, tipped away. And number 50s, they seem to be having a difficult time back there. Just needs to settle down. Might have some work legs going here. And ball nearly put through, but a nice play by Rance. Sorry about the sun. We're looking directly west. We're near Lake Erie right here. And the setting sun, I know we haven't seen the sun a lot here in the Buffalo area, but it can make a mess of these amateur broadcasts. And the ball just sprayed out. Well, we're quarter of an hour through. Game tied up. Started quickly in the first 10 minutes, but we've settled down. No shots for either team, probably in the last 5 minutes or so. Got a couple subs coming in for Queen City. Queen City with 5 subs on the bench. And in men's league, substitutes can either help or hurt. Instead of giving that rest perhaps they're looking for, we'll have to see if the level is lowered at all. That remains to be seen. But everybody plays, everybody pays, so everybody wants playing time. Rance has it. Trying to find a through ball. Nice ball there. Nice stop. Nice shot. Desperation clearance. Kept in by the Gunners. And it looks like Rance, I mean, they do have a ton of top-level local soccer experience. And they're making the back line of the Gunners probably make decisions at a quicker pace than they had to in either of their first 2 league games. So that's something the Gunners are going to have to work out. Well, the Queen City team's going to have to learn that 23, he's quick. But he made a meal of his attempted left foot shot. So not only should that be in the defender's head, but you know the shooter, after you scuff one with your non-dominant foot, you're thinking about what you should do. And it looked like the defender was giving the outside to him, but he chose to try to come back to his dominant right foot, and just that extra half second allowed the defense of the Queen City Gunners to recover. Unfortunately, number 9 for the Queen City Gunners, he was like a quarterback locked in on his first receiver. If he was able to take that ball and turn, he had 2 teammates actually 3 teammates against one Rance defender. If he would have just checked his left shoulder, could have sent one of his teammates on the ball. But again, men's league, day of work, you're tired. Maybe cut the grass before you got here. Throw in for Rance. Flick on header nicely. Nice little interplay. The close passing, 1-2 touches. Gunners have been doing quite well. Rance finding the space. I mean, it's like a flashback to the early 2020s here. So throw in for Queen City Gunners. Looks like they're loading the 18. Throw and a vicious header sent into someone's backyard here. So it'll be a goal kick for Rance. In the game's 20th minute, all tied up in 1 at 1. Both goals happened within the first 10 minutes. I believe the 8th and 9th minute. Taha Ahmed drew first blood for Rance. Caleb O'Connor 27 seconds later tied it up, and that's where we are, knotted in the 21st. Not a lot of pace in this game. 2 goals were bookended by a little bit of pace, a lot of bit aggressiveness, but in the last 10 minutes or so, both teams have almost slowed down to a walking pace. And that'll happen. Nice pressure again by the Gunners, and a swing and a miss, and nearly disastrous for Rance. It looked like Lucy pulled away the ball from Charlie Brown on that one. It's going to give the first corner of the game for the Queen City Gunners. That was almost a back pass own goal. First corner of the game. Driven to the back post, but flicked away by Rance. Ball put in the box, but sprayed up, kicked right back. Little ping pong happening here. Ball to the outside, and again, another touch, another step. There was a clear path on the outside, but without checking the shoulder and looking, that happens. So as we talked before, this Mulroy field, the jewel of South Buffalo, well used, well worn. Thank the NFL for getting this grant out there to have this for over a decade, giving so many opportunities to play different sports to different area athletes of all ages. But with it only being about 60 and a half, maybe 61 yards wide, it's an adjustment for corner kicks. You play at Salins, you play at Buff State, you play at one of the Nichols fields being 65 or 70 yards wide. Some of these guys really need to oomph that ball, and if they do it here on the short field, just sends it through the 18 and basically becomes a clearance for the defense. Good defense there by Rance. Gunner player able to turn, but again, no one there, and you can see the game is slowing down. Talking to one of the crowd here, a long time local soccer aficionado. And he says, yeah, Tehel Cup games are crazy. Any of the cup games, the Wood Cup, the Matthews Cup, because a lot of times you're not really going in with the lineup that you use on Sunday, because people have commitments all over the place, and it makes it rather tough. Looking at the Gunners' numbers have been a little lower. So with 5 on a bench, some of their goal scorers and assisters look to be on the bench. So it looks like everybody here is like dividing the game equally, about 15 minutes. So we'll see if that helps or hurts. Nice touch there by the Gunners. Ball on the outside, one touch. Nice look. Through ball, good ball. Extra touch in front. And you like to see that ball on something like that drive from the half space to what we call the money zone. If anybody's good at math out there, while they may be 100% of highlights on whatever streaming service or TV game you watch football or soccer on, crosses, while sexy, really by the percentage wise, don't work. In the Premier League last year, only 1.78% of crosses with the world's best athletes go in for a goal. That's why they're highlights, because they don't happen often. And, it could be just old habits die hard. You had a coach from the early 90s or 80s or 2000. They love those crosses to get those headers on. But when they work, they're great. Keep that ball on the ground, get it back to the penalty spot, and just pass it in the net. Whether it's a 30-yard banger or a cross off the top of your head or a tip in from 1 inch away, they only count one apiece. There's no 2- and 3-point goals here in football here. Well, we're over the halfway mark. Still tied at 1 in this Tehel Cup first round match between Rance and the Queen City Gunners. Rance dressed all in black, going right to left on your iPhone, iPad, streaming device, your big screen TV. Perhaps you're on your Polish patio in the garage having a protein shake after work, if that's what you call it. For the last 7 or 8 minutes, Rance has really not crossed the midfield stripe to get into the Queen City end. Queen City's had some pressure, but their penetration can't get inside the 18. So it looks like their subs are just itching to get back on the pitch. Nice touch. No. Again, outside, a nice overlapping run, third man run. Number 88 had number 21, but 88, as he's done before, has just been locked in on his first choice. And again, without practice, that happens. Pretty good crowd here in South Buffalo. I'll tell you, that Mount Mercy flag football senior night game, probably 500 or 600 people in a full parking lot. Here, I mean, we're probably up at a USL 2 crowd right about now. Over the top, tries to place it in just a bit too far for O'Connor. Yeah, outside the box. It's going to be a free kick. And the keeper lost his bearings on the turf and touched the ball outside the box. So a very dangerous free kick given to O'Connor, about 18 yards and 1 inch away from the net. So in the 29th minute, the Queen City Gunners, on a definite faux pas by the Rance keeper, will now give what looks to be Caleb O'Connor a free kick almost directly in front of the net, about 18 yards and 1 inch away from the cage. And good call. O'Connor definitely with that ball over the top. The keeper wanted to stop a breakaway. lost his bearings, and the AR, I think, was a bit confused too, because it's a multi-sport field. There's flag football, and is the keeper tossed out? Was that a dog saw? Touching it with his hand on the last guy? Wow, that's kind of nuts. So with a short bench, did he get a red on that one? Usually something like that, and it looks like, in fact, the keeper from Rance is getting tossed, and they may have to play a man short. So field player is going to go in net. So bad goes to worse. Don't exactly know what happened. But it looks like a dog saw. He was the last man back, came out and touched it with his hand outside the box. So Rance is going to play with 10 men for the rest of the game, and they had to change keepers, much to the chagrin of the young man who's in a coaching capacity there. So a non-usual keeper is going to be, first test is going to be a free kick from the dangerous Caleb O'Connor directly in front of the net from 18 yards, maybe a half-inch away. So this could be huge on a couple things. One, if the Gunners can capitalize. But number two, Rance playing a man down and having an already short bench, and now they have a substitute keeper in net right now. So hope you're enjoying this. Remember, hit like and subscribe. In the 31st minute, quarter of an hour remaining, maybe some extra time added with all this discussion. So O'Connor, and he'll call. I don't think it's 10 yards. Red's going to have to count this one out. It's a football field. It's an American football field. So the dangerous O'Connor, let's see what he does here. And it's deflected. It looks like the line moved a little bit early, but nobody's going to call that one. So the story has been written for the rest of the game. And a nice defensive play there. Ball cleared by the Gunners. Well, cigarettes seem to be out in full force here in South Buffalo. It smells like a 1978 Bills game right about now here. Long throw into the box. Outside. Ball cleared. It'll be another throw in for the Gunners. Ball shot over the top, maybe deflected off the top of the soccer crossbar in between the American goalpost and the soccer goalpost. Nice header. Ball right in. Nice play by the Gunners. Put it out. It'll be a throw-in for Rance. underneath 10 minutes in regular time. That's not counting any stoppage time. And we did have a big delay around that red card given to Rance. So we'll see if the center referee adds any time. Men's league, it's always a toss-up. If that's going to happen, if at all. Sorry about that, folks, with the camera. So what had happened, it was a dog-so opportunity bowl over the top. The starting Rance keeper lost his bearings and touched the ball just outside the 18-yard box, outside of the penalty area. And being the last person back on a definite goal-scoring opportunity, received a red card and he was ejected. Now, Rance was able to stop the ensuing free kick, but backup keeper now for Rance, and they'll have to play the rest of the game 11 versus 10. Right now, though, in those 5 or 6 minutes since that incident, Queen City hasn't even been able to get a shot on the backup keeper. And sometimes in men's leagues, definitely, when you don't have your regular keeper in here, your back line, not that they don't try all the time, that these defenders are good, they give a little bit extra to protect the guy that's really not used to being back there. Shot sprayed just wide, so 8.5 or so. I love, got to make runs on that. Not necessarily. You got to be in the right position for it. Again, shooting it on net, half space is open. But they're trying. I'm not out there running anymore. Game's 37th minute here, Tehel Cup action. One of the oldest cup competitions in American soccer. Not the oldest, but one of the oldest. And if I ask, but who's counting? Obviously, some keyboard wizards are. Nice ball in. Shot on goal. A nice over-the-top ball by O'Connor to number 23, I believe, who side foots it in. And Queen City takes a 2-1 lead in the 38th minute. Nice assist. Another assist. He just gathers points. Assists and points. So O'Connor with a nice ball to the half space, like we were talking about. Gets it, I believe, to number 23, that was. And it's 2-1. Goal on the backup keeper for the Queen City Gunners. Clearance. On clearance. I was going to say that once at least. Throw in for Rance. Ball to the far side. Ball over the top. He's still good. He's on a breakaway. Wow. Made a meal of that one. Ball through. Not true. Nice breakaway ball. Rance was calling for offside, but breakaway. Unfortunately for the Gunners, unfortunately for Rance, didn't come to fruition. A little over 5.5 remaining here. First half, pending any stoppage time. As the cloud cover near Lake Erie starts to get a little more, clearing it down. Temperature, I'd say the game started about 77, 78 degrees. But now I'd say we're settling in the 71, 72 degree range. Free kick. Looks as if Rance will be content to fire that into the box. It's to go to Taha, flicked on the edge of the 18, taken by the Gunners keeper. Less than 5, plus perhaps a minute or two of stoppage time here at Mulroy Park in South Buffalo. Mulroy is where OLV is in Lackawanna, so this is Mulroy. Again, it'll be a Rance throw-in. Substitute coming in for the Gunners. Hope you're enjoying it. If you are, post it on social media. Let other people enjoy it. Remember, hit like, hit subscribe. It'll be a foul. Franzak clattered a bit. He has 4 goals on the year, and Rance could sure use for a little Polish power on Franzak's side. So it looks like, is that Douglas perhaps, who's going to take this ball on the hypotenuse? About 38 yards away from the net. Nicely put inside the box on the keeper. Could have maybe had a fair catch on that one, but it indeed is going to give Rance its first corner kick opportunity on the evening. Always dangerous in men league, those floaters into the box. Driver into the box, punched away by the aforementioned keeper. O'Connor has it. Tries to give it up to his teammate, but dispossessed by Rance. Nice header by the defensive line. And it'll be a throw-in backwards for the Gunners. Scooped up, but nice pressure by Rance. Header in the middle, and the Gunners don't need to be fancy here. They want to get to halftime with the lead. Sure, they'd like another one. Another breakaway again. With 23 caught from behind, and seems the player is down for Rance. So a Rance player down. I don't know if he was down. I mean, every time a Rance player goes down, they're a little loud about it. I don't think there's anything malicious in that tackle. But a player with enough soccer experience to know that depending on who the center referee is, you can get everyone a break. And with a little over a minute remaining here, it's exactly after a miracle recovery. Looks as if it's going to be another corner kick, their second of the match for the Gunners. Line drive in the box, cleared by Rance. And the player who was moments ago rolling around puts on a deft move. Great player he is. Love watching that guy play for all the years. It's soccer IQ, folks. Nothing wrong with what he's doing. Gives his mates a rest. gives himself a rest and playing down 11-10. And we're into stoppage time here. And again, it looks like a very dangerous ball, 28 yards away from the goal, and Eli is going to try to get this free kick. Almost put it in from this distance last time. He's definitely got the talent to do so. Wide of the post, headed away. And it looks like indeed we do have some stoppage time as it goes out. And with 47 seconds of stoppage time, it's called. So at the half of this Tehel Cup first round match, at halftime of Queen City Gutters 2, Rance FC 1. And we'll be back in a few minutes right here from Mulroy Park. Get yourself a beverage and remember to hit like and subscribe. Welcome back here to Mulroy Park, Pierce Field, I guess, here in South Buffalo. Tehel Cup opening round between the Queen City Gunners and Rance FC, two talented teams. Rance struck first, I believe, in the 8th minute, followed by Queen City Gunners' Caleb O'Connor in the 9th to tie it 1-1. Then O'Connor found number 23 for the Gunners in the 41st minute, I believe. And that leaves us 2-1 in favor of the Gunners. Big story is a red card to the starting keeper of Rance for touching the ball outside the penalty area as the last man back. And the rest of the contest, barring a red card or a couple yellows to the Queen City Gunners, the Gunners playing up 11-10 over Rance. Pretty good, evenly played game. Good men's league championship side level game. Both teams showing flashes of their former brilliance. A lot of good soccer IQ, especially on this Rance side. They're playing a man down. O'Connor dispossesses the ball and gave that one away. He'd probably like to have that one back. Only a couple shots on the backup Rance keeper. One of them went in, but really not tested. See if that changes in the second half. Rance only had 2 players on the bench. Oh, in and off the post. Nice cross, side-footed in, and nearly 3-1. That was a heck of a ball. Heck of a volley just off the post. Could have been a game changer. See how Rance responds. Sun setting here in the South Buffalo area. Temperature about 69 or 70 degrees. Started out at kickoff time pretty hot. Sun still in the sky, but no longer. Comfortable night to be playing some men's league football. You're seeing Eli trying to really implore his mates, take it on his shoulders. And that's how they could change this game around, they being Rance, having their very talented players maybe be a bit selfish. It's men's league. Take it one-on-one, see if you can get some congestion in front of the net, cause a little anxiety for your foes. Why not? Easy thing to see once you see a lot of these former Scholastic and college players play at the men's league where you don't practice. There's really no coaching, maybe some organization, but it's definitely coaching counts. Said it dozens of times. Ball fired into the box, headed away by Queen City. Corner saved by the Gunners. Rance having its most sustained pressure of the match. And a ball into one of the South Buffalo backyards. Rance player hops the fence. Dangerous area for a throw. Thrown into the box. Ugh. Ugh. So, first 5 minutes to stay after that cross off the post. Rance has had 90% of the possession here, and they're putting the pressure on the Gunners. Ball nicely headed away. Number 50, I believe. Out to Caleb. Caleb puts it through. Just a touch too far. Ball over the top. Looking to find O'Connor. And Clarence content to put it into the South Buffalo foliage. And it'll be a throw-in in a dangerous area for Queen City. A little over 5 minutes gone here. Well, it looks like the ball is lost in a gully somewhere. Okay, they got it. It's been a rainy couple of weeks in Buffalo, so I'm sure the cesspool that he was waiting in a bit wet. So a throw-in for Queen City. Flicked on and cleared. Nice header by Queen City, showing bravery to get those balls in the air. Ball one, flicked on. Fooled me out too. Good defensive play. 55th minute here in Tehel Cup action. Queen City Gunners 2, Rance 1. 55th minute. All the goals came in the first half. 8th minute, Taha Ahmed for Rance. 9th minute, Caleb O'Connor for the Queen City Gunners. And then in the 41st, O'Connor to number 23 for a nice goal to give the Gunners the 2-1 lead. Light's starting to come on here at Mulroy. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty kick in the box. So 10-man Rance gets a penalty. Ahmed draws one in the box. So penalty kick here. How important is that missed opportunity in the 46th minute? And we're all tied up. Well, we'll see how Queen City responds once again. They've had their opportunities, but they've gone away with what worked in the first half. More one-on-one battles instead of 1-2 combinations to the third man. Third corner of the game coming up for the Queen City Gunners. Shot nowhere near the net. And there'll be a couple subs for Queen City as we head into the 60th minute, tied at 2. Unfortunately for the Gunners, up 11 men to 10 due to the red card in the 38th or 37th minute for Rance. But they look like the ones playing down. Rance winning every loose ball in the middle. They've made some tactical changes, moving some of their more fit players into areas where you're going to get more touches, as I believe Coach Phil Ciccarelli checks into the game for Caleb O'Connor. O'Connor will get a break, and I'm sure he'll play the last quarter hour. Ciccarelli, star from Frontier High School. Went on to a pretty prolific cross-country career at Damon at the Division II level. And again, I know no one's practicing, but the long ball has ceased to work for Queen City. Rance is starting to win all the balls. Not only are they winning the balls, but they're winning confidence. If the Queen City keeper would look left or right, his defensive players are open and available to move it up the field. Ball's going to carry on this very thin turf. There'll be a goal kick for Rance. Connor back on the field. Some tactical changes for Queen City. They're looking to get this goal. I mean, this game could go into extra time. I don't remember the BDSL rules. Is it directly into a shootout? Do you have to have a winner? Is it 2 points for a shootout winner and one? It's 3 points for a regulation win. But all right, we'll see what Queen City does with this. A lot of time, a lot of options. One touch. Out in front, there it is. Oh, no one there. Beautiful ball for a tip and no one there, and it'll be a goal kick. Ball put into the money zone, just needed to be touched into the net, but no one was there for Queen City. Rance just content to take time, down to 10 players. Ball won by Queen City, flicked on. Eli's taken over good chunks of this game just by his presence, winning balls. Nice defensive play. Oh. Foul in the 65th minute, 25 remaining. Taha, 5 years ago, he was lethal on this. Let's see what's still left remaining. And it's in. 3-2. 10-man Rance take the lead. 2 goals with a man down. And Queen City will have to answer once again. Taha with the hat trick today. It'll be a throw for the Gunners. Nice play by Ciccarelli to hustle back. Back checking by Ciccarelli. Ball over the top. A bit of coaching here for the Gunners. I mean, they're looking to get the ball to O'Connor, but it's in the air. Get the ball to his feet. Get the ball to a space where he can run onto it if that's your target. Trying this over the top stuff, and look at the size of the Rance players. You're not going to beat them over the top. You want to keep the ball down below their waist and let them run onto the ball. Clarence made some good coaching decisions. Rance, I mean, moved their most dangerous players in the most dangerous areas. And in the moments they had to make a difference, they did early on. Queen City had a chance to make it 3-1, hit a goalpost, and truthfully it hasn't been the same since then. Three times Numberhead 14 had a chance. Hat trick by Taha Ahmed, the difference. As 10 men Rance has a 3-2 lead on the Queen City Gunners.
Great work, Ron!
20 minutes remaining or so. Queen City doesn't need this desperation. What worked early on, what worked in the first half, keeping the ball on the ground, finding the open areas. Now, time after time again, they're trying to go over the top, hopefully get a home run ball to run on, and these very adept Rance back line just clears it back out. Queen City just has to focus on getting the ball at the feet of their best players. Clarence really doesn't need another goal. They're looking, they can if they need. I wouldn't call it park the bus, but there's no need for desperation on their side. So they try their third corner of the evening. Very well played game by Rance. Queen City seemed to perhaps get a little overconfident once they went up 11 players to 10. And they quite haven't been the same team. Ball fired on. Kept in to Eli. Ball to nice space. Connor pulls it back, trying to go one-on-one. Does it again, has it in the box. What a beautiful goal! And we're tied at 3. What a beautiful goal. I think that was 88. Was that Ren? I can't tell without the headband. Wow, what a nice work to get that ball. Diagonal ball to the half space, and where he didn't score earlier on, true into the net, and we're tied up with less than 18 minutes remaining here in the second half. So in essence, 17.5-minute game here at Mulroy Park. Oh, keep that ball on the ground. Play it to his feet. Ball won by the Gunners. Gunners would be better to do 1-2 passing, 1-2 passing. It worked on the goals. When they try to take guys on one-on-one, they seem to be dispossessed. Broen for Rance. Sub in for Rance. Can't even tell who that is, so. Rance continues to get subs. It's about a quarter of an hour left. So we'll see if that makes any difference. Taha Ahmed, 3 goals for 10 men. Rance FC. Queen City, 3 different goal scorers. Oh, wow. Franzek misses a wide open net on a goalkeeper miscue. And Rance, see how that affects them. They had a chance to pot a 4th. And here comes O'Connor with numbers, tries to find Ren, I believe that is. I mean, it looks like Ren, but without his trademark headband. Hard to tell a player without looking at the rosters. Out on the right side to O'Connor. Connor 1v1, but dispossessed. At this juncture of the game, might be wise to get that ball into the box. Backup keeper. Little nerves in a cup game. There it is, into the box. Ball taken short. It's going to be a free kick. Queen City's been dangerous. I mean, anytime the ball goes in the air on this Queen City keeper, it's an adventure. Ball in the box, deflected, back in, and oh boy, bandied around the box. I think that's Douglas, he has it. And that's nice one-on-one tackle, American football style. Foul. Rance, dangerous area for a free kick. About 16 yards out to the right side. They'll try to load the 18. Punched away by the Queen City keeper. Remember, for the better part of 53 minutes or so, Rance has been playing a man down. They've had the lead twice, and each time the Queen City Gunners have fought back. A Rance FC hat trick, 2 infield and 1 penalty kick by Taha Ahmed. Their goals, 3 different goal scorers for the Queen City Gunners with under 12 minutes in regulation time, barring any stoppage time. Not really familiar with the Tehel Cup extra time rules. Ball over the top. And again, desperation ball when you don't need to. Rance has done its best when they've worked the ball in inside the 20 or 25 yard line of the American football field. And here comes Rance. Taha dispossessed. Ball controlled by Queen City to the middle. And that shows how important vision is. There it is. Again, give me a player with vision every time. With extra depth vision, like a Busquets or a De Bruyne. Both sides, and I know it's men league, but there are so many different options, but guys just don't look. Habits they picked up, U10, U12, U13, perhaps weren't coached out of it, and they rear that negative muscle memory. East Aurora JV coach Mike Schimmerhorn, Orchard Park Premier coach Schimmerhorn, saying, yeah, people talk about the good parts of muscle memory, but sometimes muscle memory is bad if you were doing things that aren't exactly positive for you. Franzak dispossesses the ball, and he misses the open net. Franzak, who leads Rance with 4 overall goals. Well, I don't know. Taha might be close. And he had an open net. That's 2 open nets he's missed in the last 12 or 13 minutes or so. That could have been the difference. So Queen City dodges another symbolic bullet, I would guess. Legs looking tired on both sides. Second half, Gunners have 5 subs on the bench. They really haven't used them. Nice ball. Breakaway for Queen City. And just wide. O'Connor found a streaking teammate. Had the open net, and he just missed the open cage in the 82nd minute. Good midfield play by the holding midfielder to get it up to O'Connor. O'Connor to the right side into the half space. Everything was right except the final finish. Crowd was ready to erupt here. Either way. We're in the 83rd minute. Good play by Rance to win it short, or play it short. Get it up, and it's out. It'll be a throw-in for the Gunners. Flick on. Another flick on. Another flick on. Always been a proponent. If God wanted you to play the ball in the air, that's where he would have put grass. Keep the ball on the ground, boys, either side. That's where your feet are. Lots of good players out here. Ball won by the Gunners, but unable to settle. Nice defensive play by the Gunners to hold up the very dangerous Franzak. Another good defensive play. Nice look. Ball over the top. O'Connor can't get it. Open net. And Rance is able to quell the pressure. Outside, one touch. There we go. Into O'Connor. O'Connor shoots and just wide. He had a chance to end it there. And Rance in the final 5 minutes, in the 85th minute, is putting in a new keeper.
Good try, Caleb. Good run. Next one. Let's go.
Ball, keep it on the ground, boys. Under 4 minutes in regulation time here. Seems to be a little different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're 11 again? Yeah, they caught one too many players on for Clarence. And I think the late goaltender changed. And I think Rance put in somebody different for penalties if they're coming. And Rance playing a man down, they're just, if it goes right to penalty kicks, they're content with that to take. About 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and the way everyone's acting, it's going to go right to penalties. Anybody wants to comment on that? I don't know. But. Tired legs showing. About a minute and a half.
Thank you. Or 3.5 minutes.
3.5. How 3? We're hearing reports of 1.5 added minutes. So it looks like Red wants this, doesn't want to work the penalties. So we're hearing 1.5 minutes will be added. Going to be a dangerous area throw for Rance. Both teams in the last quarter of an hour have had a chance to win it in regulation. Both teams have missed open nets, gaping open nets. It's going to be the fourth corner, dangerous corner in the 90th minute for Rance. And if they want to refine their high school glory days, I don't know how many times in the last minute and overtime and extra time have these boys from Clarence, these Rance FC kids, been a hero. Look for Eli. Is he out there? Yep. This is where they've come up big time and time again. Ball deflected in and wide. And we're in the 90th. So we're in stoppage time. We'll see what Red says. Midfield, be a free kick. We'll see how far center referee will let this one go. Queen City will try to put the ball inside the 18. It's worked once today. Yeah, worm burner in. Put it in. Yeah. 92nd minute. Oh, flicked on the wrong way. Saved by the final Queen City defender. Remember, Rance is playing with only 10 men. And they have been for about 56 minutes. Oh, nice defensive play by Rance. How long this goes on, no one knows. It'll be a throw-in. Nobody back for Queen City. Taha has it. Nice defensive play, and that's it. I don't know if we go to extra time or right to a shootout, but we'll see what happens here. Saw Paul Loisy talking with Red, the center referee, to see what happens. And I don't know if we go directly to penalties and eschew any extra time because it's a weekday cup game. So we'll see what happens. Well, Taha Ahmed opened the scoring in the game's 8th minute to make it 1-0 in favor of Rance. Caleb O'Connor scored in the 9th, 27 seconds later to make it 1-1. The Gunners, on a O'Connor assist, made it 2-1. But then for most of the second half, it was a Taha Ahmed show. In the 56th minute or so, I believe Ahmed potted a penalty kick. And in the 77th or 78th, he got a third goal off a deflected free kick to make it 3-2. But then the Gunners tied it up in the 82nd or 83rd minute. And both teams, Franzek missed a couple open nets for Rance. O'Connor missed one here. We've had a few posts. So either team could have or should have deserved. But give full marks to Rance, who played nearly 60 minutes, down a man, 11-10. And we'll see what happens here. Yep, and it looks like they're going right to penalty kicks. And I don't have a graphic for that, so you'll just have to listen in. So either team picks 5 shooters, best of 5, and we're tied after that. It's sudden death. I would put my money right now, eyeball test and former soccer prowess. Rance would definitely seem to have the advantage here, but who knows? It's men's league, Thursday night in South Buffalo. Anything could happen. Paul Loisy, who came 75 minutes late to this match, seems to be directing traffic down there, taking a coaching role, which he's quite adept at. So everyone seems to be moving down to the southern end of Mulroy. So you can see the celebratory Mount Mercy senior night flag football balloons. And it looks like Taha Ahmed, who's already scored on a PK and has a hat trick already. We'll take the first one for Rance. Hey, anybody want to tear down those balloons over that one? Because it's blocking the camera. We're live streaming.
Which one?
Right there, the closest one on the right. Just tuck it in. It's right on the penalty spot. Thanks. Yes. Thank you. Taha with the shot. And it's saved! How much did I know? So Ahmed, after scoring 3 in a PK, misses the first one. So Rance misses its first. Wow. Well, show how much we know. Well, he had a little luck and a little gamesmanship here. A little shitehousery going on. Only 13 yards away. 24-foot by 8-foot gaping net. But when this much is on the line, the Tehel Cup, sometimes it could shrink. Chance for the Gunners to go up in the first round. And it's in. Gunners lead 1-0 after one round of penalty kicks. And here comes the affirmation Paul Loisy, longtime local coach. The Flash, Williamsville East girls. Didn't play much of this game. He came late. We heard that perhaps he went to the wrong field, read the schedule wrong. And now it's up to Mr. Loisy taking the second kick. Quickly runs up and bar down. 1 goal for Clarence. Rance FC. Nice. No goalie in any league is stopping this one. So here comes Caleb O'Connor. St. Leo University last year. Looking to make a mark locally this year collegiately. He's the leading scorer for the Queen City Gunners overall. One of the top 5 in BDSL. And he's able to take the second shot. So Connor runs up, buries it, 2-1 Queen City Gunners after 2 rounds. Third round kicker, if you have a roster at home. $28? Don't know. Third kicker. After 2 rounds, Queen City has scored on both of theirs. Taha Ahmed missed his first kick. Paul Loisy was able to bury a second bar down. Wonderful penalty kick. Third kicker for Clarence. Oh, that's going to be a tough one with these nets. No signal. Was that in?
That was in.
It was in? So look. So another bar down by Clarence. They've scored 2 goals in their first 3 kicks. Last 2 both barred down. And these nets aren't the best nets here. Little tilted, yeah. They've a little worse for wear. Very hard to tell. And these lights aren't, yeah, it's kind of on an angle too.
You look into the goalpost.
Yeah, look at that. You can see. And buried upper corner, upper 90. So after 3 rounds, it's Queen City Gunners 3 and Rance FC 2. And championship division leading scorer Joseph Franzak comes up for the 4th attempt for Rance FC. He had 2 chances to win in regulation time in the 6 and an open net, and he missed both. And he buries the quick one. So 3 goals for Rance FC, 3 goals for Queen City Gunners, but they're going to their 4th kicker. Waiting for the whistle, pensitively looking for the kick. And buried up the middle, 4-3 after 4th round. So Clarence, to keep this going on, Eli Douglas will need to score this one to keep it going. to tie it up. So after 4 rounds, the Gunners lead 4-3. Eli needs to make this one to have the Gunners try to win it after the first 5 kicks. So a miss here gives the game and a 2-point victory to the Gunners. Douglas puts it in, and he does. So final kicker, at least in this round, if the Gunners score this one, they win the cup game, a victory here. So after 4.5 rounds, it's the bottom of the 5th, so to speak. Queen City scores here, they win. If not, go for another round of sudden, it'll be sudden death. And we're going another round, and it's good. That was about a 45-yard field goal. I didn't like his walk-up. It was a walk-up, walk back, walk-up. He's thinking about it too much, so now we're in sudden death. 4-4 after 5 rounds. Queen City had a chance to win it there, and they did not. So now we're 1 for 1, and what a way to fight back. 2 nice kicks. Barred down for Clarence, and a chance to win it in regulation for the Queen City Gunners goes for naught. Rance looking to pull ahead here. They've never led in penalty kicks yet. They missed their first one. Quick one, stutter step. And now to stay alive, the Gunners need this one. Rance up 5-4 in the 6th round. They need to score this one, and it's tough. Rance just looking to explode here. So it's up to number 21 of the Gunners. And we're tied. 5 apiece after 6 rounds. Now when you get this deep, no matter what level you play at, these are guys who aren't used to taking these kind of kicks, not only in practice, but pressure kicks at all. So we're in the 7th round, into the 7th round. To start now, tied at 5. We're in extra penalty kicks, Tehel Cup first round game. Tied at 5. Nice save by the Gunners. And now the Gunners have their second chance to win it. 7 rounds, 5 goals for Rance. And a little gamesmanship by Eli there, trying to get into the head, but playing a good teammate there. I thought he was talking to the Gunners, but he's not. He was being an awesome teammate. My bad, Eli. So here we go. 7th round. If the Gunners score here, they pick up a 2-point cup win. They had a chance last round, but put it over the top of the net, and here they come. In, and they win! The Gunners win 6-5 in 7 rounds of the PK to win the opening Tehel Cup match over Rance by a score of 4-3 in penalty kicks. That was fantastic. What a great game. Great kids. Great young gentlemen on Rance. Gunners up 11 men to 10, but Rance fought it out. I hope you had a great time. I had a great time unexpectedly bringing this to you. But at the end of penalty kicks, Queen City Gunners and Rance were tied at 3-3. But Queen City wins 6-5 in penalties in 7 rounds. So hope you enjoyed that. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we hope to see you soon. Join us again some other time.